So, professors, the last time when we met, we discussed some few concepts, specifically the differences between management and administration. And I remember we also saw the bit of departmentalization, right? And as I always do in my class, I'll try to review the things that we have discussed, and then we go on to the main topic of the day. Now, let me be quick to say today's class is a combination of our discussion and a case study, right? So, in fact, majority of you have not opened up their private pages yet, and that is very, discouraging for me, right? Only a few people turned in the assignment the last time, but I'm just begging you, professors, okay, politely, that you open up your private page and submit any assignment. So for my new professors who are joining, I would reshare the first assignment for you to do it, and I think we can move up from there. Okay. So please, I'm sharing my screen now. I hope you can see. So let me welcome you once again to Business Management on Omega Vacation Classes. I'm your facilitator, Mr. Ebenezer Wamwa. I teach in St. Augustine's College, right? Okay. So last week, as I just hinted, we saw differences between management and administration. So I would want professors to have a bite on this, and then we'll look at the departmentalization that we also saw. So who is taking the first hit? What did we say about administration and management? Administration and management. Yes. Any professor to share with us? Yes. I think Yusuf, let's hear you.
So please, we said that administration focuses on implementing policies, procedures, and daily operations.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much, Yusuf. What other thing did we see? More. I want more from other professors. I know you know, so talk to me, okay? Don't feel shy. So the point that Yusuf made was very brilliant, that administration is majorly bothered about implementing policies. So making sure that the policies that are set by management is being implemented, is being put in action, okay? So for example, in a business, when management set up to set a policy that this year we are making a profit of 2 million, right? That's a policy of, or the goal of the business for that year. Now, the administrators would now make sure that that broad policy or goal will be achieved by implementing the necessary things or making sure that all the necessary activities are being carried out. So if you want to make a profit of 2 million, then you need to increase your sales. If you have to increase your sales, you have to advertise, right? You have to run promotion packages. So those specific things are what the administrators make sure happens so that the business can achieve the goal or the aim. So thank you very much, Yusuf, for that. Please, any other? Oh, we said a lot too. I'm begging you. We said a lot. Well, I'll call a few people. I'll pardon my new professors. So my new professors, if I don't call you, forgive me, but I know you'll catch up soon. Emmanuel Fifinate. share with us the point you picked regards administration.
Sir, please, the administration is the act of setting goals and policies for an organization.
Fifi, it seems you have turned the thing upside down. What you are describing is for management, right? So management set out the broad goals and policies. Remember, I cautioned you that it used to be the case where what we are saying is administration today was management, right? But the tables have turned. Okay, so what you just described is management. Management sets out the rules. They formulate the policies. They set the goals. Okay, so for example, if we use your schools, the management will set out that, okay, this year we want to have 10 8As or 100 8As. We don't want to have any casualty of student going to town, any form of indiscipline. They will set up these broad policies. This year we would want to win the math and science quiz, right? Or the science and math quiz. We want to win the sharks competition, etc. So they set these goals. That is done by management. Then, like Yusuf hinted, the administration will make sure that we achieve these set goals by putting in place the necessary measures. And when they do that, we say they are implementing policies to ensure we achieve the goals. So, Prof. Ima, that is for your attention and to other professors as well. Okay, but thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate. Prof. Mauli Agbenyo, can we hear from you? Prof. Mauli. Okay, let me go to Jaden. Jaden, let's hear you. So Mauli, I'll come back to you. Jaden, yeah.
Sir, please, I'm asking a question.
Okay.
Please, I just joined. So please, what was the question you asked?
So we are looking to revise or review what we discussed under administration last week. Right?
Okay, thank you.
So now that you know, can you give us your version?
Okay. Administration. It focuses. Administration is under like management.
Okay.
It focuses on like planning, organizing, and leading and controlling organizational resources. Like it focuses on implementing the policies and procedures and daily operations.
Okay, thank you very much. So professors, let me make this point. Don't be confused, okay? Because I know, in fact, if you put it in AI is going to give you the classical definitions. And when I say classical, it means the olden days meaning of administration, okay? And I'm making the point to you that that has changed over time. Now, management is seen as the broader concept, okay? And that administration is a part of management. Traditionally, or in the olden days, it was the reverse, where administration was seen as a broader over management, okay? So let's appreciate the point as it is now, okay? Great. So thank you, professors, for your submission. So I think now if you are gathering or putting down notes, you can indicate that administration solely focuses on implementation of policies. Now, these policies are set up by management, right? The other thing you can notice that administration is a part of management, or it is management at a certain level in an organization. Okay, so take these notes down, and I think we are good to go. Great. Then we went to discuss issues about departmentalization, right? Okay, because of time, maybe I'll take the bite myself. No, let me allow professors to share. So professors, what did we discuss about departmentalization? Yes, departmentalization, please. Yes, Safam, let's hear you.
Creating units based on specific functions.
Please take that point again.
Creating units based on to perform specific functions.
Creating units to perform specific functions. Okay. Okay. Let me hear from Aweko, then I'll come to Jaden.
So, Peter, according to what I remember that you said it is like the process of dividing the people or the places in the various organizations into sub-units or sections.
Okay. Okay. Dividing the organization into sub-units or sections. Very good. Very good. I saw a hand up. I think it's down. Prof. Araba, can we hear you? What can you tell us about departmentalization? I want to call people.
So mine is similar to what they said.
Okay, similar. Okay.
So it's dividing units or making units to work on a specific like task or job.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
To improve
Okay. Very true. Your point is valid. Let me hear from Prof. Evangel.
Say, please, departmentalization. If it focuses on dividing an organization into various smaller units to perform specific functions.
Okay, thank you very much. And I appreciate that you are all hitting the hammer right on the head of the nail, that it basically involves dividing an organization into subunits or subsections. That is awesome. That is awesome. But just to add to the point, it could be dividing a group of people, right? Or grouping similar job or similar tasks. So for example, if we open a restaurant, okay, you know there are some tasks or activities that are very similar, like cutting vegetables, peeling vegetables, or boiling water. All these activities are similar. Why? Because they all contribute to cooking a nice meal. So the organization can group these similar activities. Then we look at the end where serving drinks, presenting the menu. All these activities are also related to, people trying to attend to the customers. So we can have two departments, the cooking department and serving department, right? What have we done? We have divided our restaurant or business organization into subunits, okay, based on activities, similar tasks or similar activities. Okay, so I remember we went through the various forms of departmentalization or types of departmentalization. And I think that professors will appreciate that. I need to share the video on that, so I'll do definitely by close of this week. Now today, if you check our course, the course outline or the scheme of work, we are taking on the functions of management. Functions of management. Now, I know majority of you might have done this in school, but for the sake of trying to really get some of the concepts discussed in there, I decided that we do this together, right? Functions of management. So there's an opportunity for you to, remember some of the things that you learned and the functions of management. When we say functions of management, what does it mean? Professors, it simply means the rules, the tasks, the activities, okay, that a manager performs to ensure the smooth running of an organization. So functions of management refers to all the roles, tasks, activities that a manager performs to ensure that an organization is being run smoothly. That is it. Now, I know that you were told that there are some fundamental functions. So fundamental functions of management. And this one I need my professors to tell me, what are the fundamental functions of management? Yes, I think. Oh, just one hand. Okay, 3. I'm having 3 now. Okay, good. So I'll call on Kole Hammond first. Then Nicole will follow. Yes. Prof, now let's hear you.
Planning.
Planning. Awesome. Yes, number 2. Nicole, Prof. Nicole, number 2. Oh, good. Today, organizing. In fact, today you people are doing so well. Oh. The way you are contributing, I'm so happy. I'm having goosebumps all over. That's what I want to see now. Organizing. Great. Who is giving us the third one? I have Prof. In fact, if for some reason you put up your hand and I don't call, you don't feel bad and say, I won't raise my hand again. No, I beg you. So Prof. Jesslyn, and I'll call everybody. Everybody will talk today. Prof. Jesslyn, let's hear you.
Yeah, controlling.
Controlling. Then Prof. Banjo. Prof. Banjo. Directing. Great. Professors would want to add more, or that is all? I saw Hillary's hand up. Hillary, I'll come to you, okay? Okay, so I guess the hands are down. So it means these are the fundamental functions of management. 4 of them: planning, organizing, controlling, directing. However, the directing can also be referred to as, there's another term for the directing, and I want somebody to tell me. Directing or
Sir, please, my hand is up.
I will call you.
Sir, please.
At least you have spoken today. Let few people also talk more.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, you eat the food alone. Okay, Hillary, directing or, okay, I can see
Leading.
Or leading. Thank you. Or leading. Yeah, I'll call everybody. Thank you. So these are the fundamental functions. It doesn't mean that these are the only functions that managers, have to perform. There are other functions, but these 4 are very crucial. Okay, these four are very crucial. So every manager would have to do this. And even among the four, one of them should be the first function you can ever perform as a manager, right? And what is that one? What is the first function that a manager should perform amongst these fundamental? Let me call Prince. I will, don't worry, I'll definitely call you. Prof. Prince, can we hear you?
Sir, please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Sir, please, planning.
Planning, awesome, planning. Planning is the first function of management. Thank you very much. Now, professors, you then took each of these fundamental functions of management and you developed it, or you looked at it into details. So that is suggesting to us that we have to take planning, look at what planning is, what goes into planning, okay, advantages of planning, some of the obstacles to planning, etc. Okay, we do same to organizing, controlling, as well as directing and leading, right? Now, to make you appreciate this, you see, there's a famous acronym for this, and it is POLC, right? P for planning, O for organizing, L for leading, and then C for controlling. Okay, so without wasting time, let's pick the first one, planning. And professors, you know I'm coming to you. What is planning?
Sir,
Yes, a question?
sir,
Yeah.
please can you move to the other slide? I'm copying the.
Oh, I was,
copying it.
okay. If it is this slide, okay, you let me give you the opportunity to copy, okay? So put down some of these points in your notes, okay? Yusuf, your hand is up. Is that a question?
No. No.
Okay. Okay. I believe we can continue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So we pick the first one, planning. Professors, what is planning? And I wish that all of us can give our version of, the definition of planning, right? So let me call a few people who raised their hands and I didn't get to hear from them. Well, I think today so far, all of us have spoken. That's great. I have Prof. Pascaline. Prof. Pascaline, can you share with us what is planning? Okay, Hillary, I'll come to you for your version of planning, okay?
Planning involves defining and setting goals, establishing strategies, and developing plans to coordinate activities.
Okay, that is true. But Prof. Pascaline, in a simple statement, in the simplest form, what is planning? Because what you gave us is very technical. So I wanted in
Planning
this.
is the process.
Oh, I think I lost Prof. Pascaline. Pascaline, can you take your point again?
Planning is the process of achieving steps and goals.
Okay, the process of achieving goals. Okay, awesome. Let me hear from Hillary. Hillary, let's hear you.
Planning is the first basic function of management, which involves setting goals and objectives.
It involves setting goals and objectives. Wow, setting goals. So you set goals and objectives. Okay, I appreciate that too. Any more? Yeah, Jaden, let's hear.
Planning is the act of setting goals and objectives to achieve organizational goals.
Okay, okay. So all the definitions you are giving is awesome. Okay, but if I were to mark it, I'm sure some of you will get 1 over 3, 1.5 over 3, 1.5555 over 3. And maybe, yeah, the person will get closer to 3 will get like 1.9. Why am I saying so? So planning basically entails two things, right? Some of you mentioned the first thing and didn't add the second. Others too mentioned the second. So hear me as I tell you. Planning is the process or the management function where the manager set goals. So setting goals is the first. Setting goals and objectives. And the second thing is so the second thing is devising strategies to achieve the set goals. So you set the goal and then you decide on how you are going to achieve the goals. So in place of devising, you can put designing strategies or outlining strategies to achieve them. Let me give an example. You can set a goal that I want to make 8 A's in my WASI. That is an objective. That is a goal. It's an aim you want to achieve. So that's the first part of planning. After doing that, you have to now tell us, you have to outline how are you going to achieve these 8 A's? So the question will be, what strategies are you going to use to achieve that goals? So planning is setting goals and also deciding on the strategies or devising strategies to achieve the set goal. Please, is that okay? So in your definitions, try to put out these 2 points as planning. Set goals and then decide or devise strategies that will be used to achieve the set goals. So when you set the goals alone and you don't tell us the strategies you are going to use to achieve the set goals, then that cannot be termed as planning. You haven't planned or you have done a partial planning. Okay. Please, any question, any contribution? Are we all okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the next important thing is, what are the steps in planning? So the steps in the planning process, You see, planning is not, it's not something you do. You just wake up and say, I'm planning. You have to go through certain stages or steps. And I want professors to share with me, how many stages or how many steps of planning did you go through? Let's get a how many, then we can begin to list them. The steps in planning process. Prof. Amuzu, you want to share with us, kickstart the whole discussion? Or I should go and come. Okay. Professor Sikahima AJ, Money Queen, right? Sikahima, can we hear you? In fact, you can begin by telling us the first step. Hello? Prof. Sikahima, are you there? Okay, Agbeko.
Yeah.
Okay, Sikahima, let's hear you. Okay. I think Sikahima says she has a personal assistant, so I should call the personal assistant. Personal assistant, Agbeko.
Sir, please let someone see the first one. Let me see.
You want somebody to give us the first one? Okay, so PA also says I should call another PA. Bill Hagan, Prof. Bill Hagan. Prof. Hagan.
Sir,
Yes. I'm listening. Go ahead.
the steps in planning the process.
Yeah, steps in the planning process. Yeah.
So you first set the goal you want to achieve.
Okay. You first set the goal. First set the goal right away from the definition, right? Okay. Now let me hear the issues flowing in. Prof. Janet, let's hear you.
This after setting your goal, you gather information.
You gather information. You gather information. Okay. Let me put these things down as professors are saying it. Then after that, maybe we can tweak and twist where we have to do that. So first, you set the goal. Second, you gather information. Okay, step 3. This one you know now, so just let it flow. Let it rain. Professors, let it rain. Or you can't open the flood. Let me call people. Yes, okay. I see Nicole. Prof. Nicole, let's hear you.
Please identify the alternatives.
So you identify alternatives. Okay. Prof. Bill Hagan, let's hear you.
So you think of how to achieve the goal.
Okay, so yes, but at the point where we are at step 4. At step 4, would that fit in? Because yes, I appreciate that planning is set the goal and then you think about how to achieve the goal. But then want to break it down because how to achieve a goal is very broad, right? Until you break it down, okay, so this is how I'm going to achieve the goal. I'm going to gather information. I'm going to identify alternatives. So we are going that way specifically, right? So after identifying alternatives, what is the next thing? Yeah. What is the next thing we have to do? Okay, I have more hands up. Prof. Emmanuel Nati. Then I'll go to Banjo. Prof. Emmanuel, let's hear you.
Please, you select the most suitable option.
You select. You select. Before you select, won't you do something before? Yes, you select, all right, but you do something before you select. Okay, Banjo, let's hear you.
Step is to evaluate.
Thank you. So, Prof. Ima, you do evaluation. So you evaluate the alternatives identified. Okay. Before you now select. Is that not the case? Yeah. So you select the best alternative, ideally. Great. We still have more steps to go, right? Prof. Yusuf.
Step is deciding and selecting a course of action.
Okay, so I think that will have to do with the fifth point, selecting the best alternative, right?
Yeah.
So let me write your point because the English is sweet. So repeat what you said.
Deciding and selecting a course of action.
Okay, so that's the gospel according to. Thank you very much. Deciding and selecting a course of action. So it's same as selecting the best alternative, right? I see months have, as for today, me now, I said I want contribution, it go over me. But some people are not talking, Prof. Jewel, Prof. Jewel, let me hear you.
Implementing and reviewing actions.
Implementation. So 6, implementation of the selected. Okay, thank you very much. Implementation of the best course of action. After that, what do you do? We are almost through, eh? Okay, okay, let Emmanuel finish the World Cup for us. So Emmanuel, finish the World Cup for us.
Yes, please do evaluate performance and make corrections when necessary.
Okay, so evaluate. You do evaluation or you review, right? You review or evaluate. You review or evaluate the implementation. Okay, in some cases, they say you do a follow-up before you evaluate, right? In fact, in some books you see 8 steps, in some books you see what? 7. Whichever way, the deal is that you being able to explain the steps in planning. And you have to flow from one to the last point, right? You cannot interchange some of the steps. So for example, you cannot put gathering information before setting the goal, right? Thank you, professors. Any questions so far before we move on? Any questions? Any questions for me? Please ask question or ask question. Okay, so these are the steps in the planning process. Very important. So you set the goal, you gather information, you identify alternatives. Okay, you evaluate the alternatives, select the best alternative, implement it, and then finally do revision or evaluation of your implemented option and see whether it works. If it doesn't work, it means you have to go through the process again, right? Now, we all do planning, right? Don't we? You plan on how to, go to school when school reopens, right? So you begin to write down the things you want to do. Oh, I want to go to school on the first day of reopen. That's the goal, right? Oh, this I want to go with three bottles of maybe Fanta as part of my groceries. And so you sit down and set out all that you want to do. Those are the goals or the objectives, what you want to achieve. Oh, this semester I want to make 8 A's or 10 A's, whatsoever. Okay. This semester I will not sleep in class. So you set all these goals. And then you go ahead to gather information. If you want to make the 10 A's, what do you have to do? Well, you need information about accounting, about business management, about economics, whatever program you are doing, right? Then you identify alternatives. If I want to make this 8 A's, do I have to add extra classes, extra tuition? Do I have to go to the library at these times to read? Okay, you gather information about all that. Then you evaluate. So if your alternatives are one, staying in class and paying attention versus going to the library, you weigh the two. Look at the benefits, the cost associated with each alternative, right? And then you select the best one. So after selecting the best one, that is what you are going to do. So if you happen to choose always going to the library over staying in class, it means that you always go to the library over staying in class, which I think would be a bad alternative. You should be in class to know what the teacher is teaching, right? But well, depending on what you are reading and the type of learning you are doing, sometimes going to the library to do your own learning, reading also helps, right? But that is a scenario for you to appreciate how you plan or the processes you go through in planning. So businesses go through these steps to, so for example, one, they set the goal of making a profit of 100,000 Ghana cedis this month. That's the goal. Then they gather information. If you want to make a profit of 100,000, what do you have to do? Oh, we have to increase our sales to 500 million. We have to do more advertising. We have to advertise on the radio, via the television, in the newspapers, etc., social media, right? They gather information about all these things. Then they identify alternatives. Alternatives would be that, well, if we don't do the radio advert, can we go to the market directly and do personal selling? Or can we run a promotion, buy one, get 3 free? Okay, so you identify alternative courses of action. Then you evaluate them. If we are going for the TV advert, what is the cost? Can we reach all customers? What will be the advantages and disadvantages? If we go to the market directly, what are the advantages, disadvantages? So you weigh these options to be able to select the best. Okay, so after weighing them, if advertising on television is the best option, that is what you do. You go to that television station, you advertise your product, but then you review to see whether indeed choosing that best option it's working. It's helping you reach the goal of making the profit of 100,000. If it doesn't work, it means you have to go back and start your planning all over again because your best option selected is not efficient. Any question? Okay, I see something in the chat room. Let me see what's going on. Okay, so Abekose said, please absent. Okay, great. Thank you. So professors, let's look at some of the tools we can use to plan. And I think I'll be wrapping up the lesson here because like I hinted, I'll give you some case study to work on with what we have done so far, okay, individually, and you submit it to your private pages, okay? But let's look at the tools in planning. Who is going to give me the tools in planning? Yusuf.
Scheduling.
Please take the point again.
I can't hear anything.
Hello, Yusuf.
I hear you.
We can hear you, yes.
Please, I said scheduling.
Scheduling, or schedules.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Schedule. In fact, this thing reminds me back in my school days when mentioning this word was like somebody's schedule. So it's schedule, right? Not schedule. Okay, Nicole, let's hear you.
Sir, please, budgeting.
Budgets. You can also use budgets. Okay, number 3. Amuzu Joris.
That be the decision tree.
Amuzu, take it again. Oh, I didn't hear you well.
The decision tree.
Amuzu, your voice is down. You haven't taken tea this morning.
With the Gantt chart.
Thank you. The Gantt chart. Gantt chart. Great. Janet.
The forecasting.
Forecast tools. You can use the forecast tools. My professors, you are good. If you do like this, the teaching is so sweet. Who else? I will say that. Okay, Pascaline before I will go. Pascaline, let's hear you.
The decision
trees.
tree.
Decision trees. A tree that is making decision, right? Okay. The hands are down. I will go. She has said yours.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we also have the checklist. The checklist is part of it.
Sir, please, I don't hear your voice clearly.
The checklist is part of it. Can you hear me now, Hagen? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In fact, we can even use the calendar, right? Calendar to plan. It's a tool for planning. Okay. And I think people circle around it on the calendar to remind them that I have to do that. Okay. So professors, we have to explore all these tools, but this is where your case study comes in. So I want each of you to pick one tool, okay, and use that tool to plan any of your activities. Okay. So if it is budgets, you can use the budget to plan maybe a birthday party or a trip to Canada or get together party. So that is what I want you to do. That if you get into the position of a manager and then you are asked to plan with a budget, how would you go about it? If you are using forecasting, how would you go about it? If you are using a decision tree, how would you do it? Okay, yeah. Bill, let me hear you. What's the issue?
Sir, what about time?
Sorry, time.
Sir,
Well, yeah, time in itself may not be singled out as a planning tool, but in most of the planning tools, we appreciate timing, right? You get a point? Because time in itself cannot be seen as a tool, but whatever you are doing with scheduling, budget, forecast, a decision, it has a time. Okay, so timing is embedded in all the tools. That's the point I want to make. Okay. Or maybe I should be specific in my case study so that you people don't, okay. I think budget is very simple. So I want all of you to do a budget, okay? But whatever you are going to budget about, that one you have the option to choose. So you can budget about preparing fufu and palm nut soup or doing a birthday party for your mom or your dad. You get a point. Professors, it's my assignment. This is not an assignment, it's a class activity. You are going to do it now and submit. Right after me ending the class, you are starting it because you have some 30 minutes to do that for me. Please, is that okay? So we are all using the budget. Prepare a budget for either a birthday party or for preparing supper or anything. Or maybe for doing advertisement or anything. Okay, so that's my class activity for you. So I want to thank you very much for turning out for class. I really appreciate your contributions today. Stay safe and take very good care of yourselves. I'll share the recording and the notes as well, okay, for you to have a view of it, okay? Any questions before we end the class for you to start the class activities? And please, when you finish, you take a picture and you put it on your private page. So those who have not created your private pages, I beg you, do it for me. Any question in the next minute? Any question? Okay, so thank you very much. Let me acknowledge all of you from Ifia, Agbeko, down to the last person, Yusuf. I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sir.
Yes. Amos, you want to say something? Go ahead.
So, did you say anything about an assignment? I didn't get out.
Yeah, so I said prepare a budget for any event, right? But you choose the event, whether it's a birthday party or whatever. Or maybe it's a it's a football match or anything. So I just want a budget. Okay, Gabriel. Abeko, I'm listening.
Sir, please can we give guidelines?
Oh, it's a class activity assignment. You are there now. I know you use the ICT tool, 21st century skills. I know you search around the internet, right? So no clue from Mr. Moa. Bye-bye.
Oh, sir.
21st century skills. You need to put that to use. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.